Welcome everyone. In today's video I wanted to make a crypto tier list. So if you go on tiermaker.com, you type in crypto, you can find some templates that people have made. This is Neon X Gon's crypto tier list maker. This guy is on Twitter as well. If you search from Google you can find him. But yeah, so let's talk about this. This isn't an exhaustive list of like every token out there, but there's enough here where I think it warrants making a video. And if this video is popular enough, then I can go ahead and make another one, or like a sort of a part 2, because there are more crypto tier list templates out there where they're far more expansive. There's ones where they cover like the top 100 coins. I always thought about doing this, but I was going to make my own template, but then I realized you had to individually upload all of these images, and there was no way I was ever going to do that. So it's nice that someone else has done this. But if someone else wants to make a couple of tier list templates and then have me go over them in a video, happy to do it. And leave your own ratings for a lot of these coins down below, because I'd be interested in hearing what you guys think. So this is the very first time I've set my eyes upon this, and I'm not even sure what half of this stuff does here on the side, but like, this is like fairly new to me. So we have up here S tier Chad coins, and then the second tier, honestly, pretty good coins. Third tier, my money's in good Ponzis, they'll come back. Fourth tier, boring boomer coins. Then we have stable coins, down only, dino coins, it ain't 2017 anymore, and then don't touch with a 10-foot pole coins. So these are like, your scam coins, your Bitcoin caches, right? Never going to touch that. It's just not happening. So let's get into it. Let's start with AAVE. It's not a stable coin, but I would, maybe here or here. I might change my mind. I'm just going to leave it in boring boomer coin. So AAVE is a well-established DeFi protocol, but effectively it's hit the ceiling for right now. I mean, there's no more new money has really come into DeFi in say like the last 6 to 8 months, and so things like this is just going to be going sideways. Like, once the DeFi protocols hit about $4 to $5 billion in market capitalization, they start to go sideways or down, and people start applying like proper valuation metrics to them, and that's when you know it's over for that particular token. You can start rotating out into something else. Cardano, honestly, it's a pretty good coin. I think layer 1 tokens for the most part are some of the best tokens in crypto, because they actually have a use. They use it as gas on these different chains, and they're used for staking, and they can be used as collateral in DeFi as well. I meme about Cardano, and basically it's basically just the community, right, that I meme on, because the community acts very arrogant for, well, basically they didn't ship anything for 5 years, and they finally shipped smart contracts, and then nothing happened. Like, there wasn't a big shift from Ethereum dApps moving over to Cardano. It just doesn't happen. It didn't happen, and it probably won't ever happen. So I'll put it in, honestly, pretty good coins. Algorand, I'm just going to put it in boring boomer coins. Algorand, it's a layer 1 token, good, used for gas. It's a cheap smart contract platform. I'm not necessarily super bullish on that. I think smart contract platforms should be expensive to transact on the layer 1, but cheap on the layer 2. And things like, well, I'll get into it later on when I talk about Ethereum. Well, yeah, Ethereum's here. But effectively, Algorand has been going sideways for the past 4 years. You'd be hard to find someone who got rich off of buying Algorand. I just don't think it really happened. And the same things for Cosmos, really. Like, the ecosystem is cool, the Cosmos SDK, all the application specific blockchains, awesome. Absolutely no value accrual to the token. Staking your Atom has been profitable because you've been getting the airdrops, but that's only been for like the last year. Prior to that, there was just really no reason to even touch this coin. Avalanche, honestly, pretty good coins. Probably self-explanatory. Again, layer 1 token used for gas. It's fast, it's cheap. It's probably been everyone's favorite EVM chain that isn't Ethereum. ever since about August. Now that was weird, right? Because they introduced their incentives program, and then suddenly people started discovering Avalanche and, you know, thinking it's the next best thing. But prior to about August time, like no one used this, which was strange. Bitcoin, S tier Chad coin. Now that's mainly because of the fact that if you compare, like, you know, an altcoin's performance to Bitcoin, most of the time it's a down only chart. You know, super tier Chad coin, although I would put Ethereum ahead of that. BNB, yeah, I'll put it there again. I'm going to put most layer 1 blockchain tokens in the honestly pretty good coins. The thing I don't like about BNB is Binance Smart Chain. I think Binance Smart Chain is like the ruggiest chain known to man, and it's extremely centralized, and it seems like it's falling apart. If you've read, like, I've seen some developer GitHub posts about Binance Smart Chain, and they like recklessly upgrade the chain and do other things. Like, I could see a chain reorg happening in Binance Smart Chain's future. I wouldn't leave any money on that chain. Crypto.com token, I'm going to put it here. My money's in good Ponzis. They'll come back. Layer 1 token as well. They have their own chain, Kronos chain. But this is one of those, like, I'm not going to say it's centralized because I don't actually know. But I'm assuming it's far less decentralized than, say, Cardano or Avalanche. And it's one of these chains that an exchange controls, or like an exchange brought about, and I just don't trust it. I don't really care for it too much. Curve. This is going to be controversial, but I'm going to put it in, you know what, I'm going to put AAVE here and Curve here. Now, Curve is extremely interesting, and it's, you know, basically the backbone of Ethereum DeFi. All roads lead to Curve. However, the Curve token has not benefited Curve token holders. Basically it's like still like 80% down from highs ever since DeFi summer. It's really not done well at all. You've been better off holding basically any of the tokens in this tier versus holding Curve. Yes, you know, you might lock it up for 4 years, get boosted yields. Yes, you might get bribes, but who cares really when you could have got a 10,000% return holding Solana. Like the V token model, it's been good for like protocol usage and actually, you know, earning fees and stuff like that, but it's not been good for the token holders, not at all. Dogecoin, it's not a good coin, but it's a meme coin. So you got to play this like for the momentum. Otherwise, like 99% of the time it's going down only. And basically, remember when Elon Musk went on the Saturday Night Live show? That marked probably a generational top for Dogecoin. I don't see this coming back anytime soon. Polkadot, my money's in good Ponzis, they'll come back. I think we could probably move it into this area once it actually, like, well, it's not really had a big rally. Polkadot, there's barely anything to do there, and you know that's by design because there's not much to do there right now. Like a lot of the parachain slots haven't been filled, so like I'm open to changing this in the future, but for right now it's going to be here. Ethereum, S tier Chad coin. Probably if I only had to hold one token forever, it would be Ethereum. EIP 1559 rollups plus data sharding is going to do wonders for the price of Ethereum, and most people do not realize this. It's so poorly understood that I think Ethereum is easily going to go to like 20k. It'll be the largest coin by market cap, you know, within the next 5 years. It's definitely going to flip Bitcoin. And basically everyone has stolen the Ethereum virtual machine. Well, most of the other smart contract platforms have, like Avalanche or Polygon or Phantom and BSC. That just shows how dominant Ethereum is. Okay, so we have Phantom. Honestly, pretty good coins. Again, you know, the thesis behind this is similar to Avalanche. I mean, it's a little bit less decentralized than Avalanche is, but they're doing some really cool stuff there for the DeFi ecosystem, like Solidly, Beethoven. other stuff as well. It's pretty cool, and there's certainly room for Phantom in the future. FTT, I'm going to put this in my money's in good Ponzis. They'll come back. Had a really good 2021 and like latter half of 2020, but it's an exchange coin for FTX. I mean, FTX has done really well recently. They've leapfrogged over basically every other exchange other than Binance, and people have been treating it like FTX equity. So it's pretty good, but I would still rather hold everything in this tier versus FTT, because ultimately I think the future is decentralized and we won't really care about exchange tokens. So DeFi Kingdoms, I'm gonna put it here in my money's in good Ponzis. It's done really well. It had like a stellar run, although I'm not fully certain on the future of crypto gaming. I think, okay, so it's not really crypto gaming, it's really like GameFi, and I'm not really certain on the future of it. I could be wrong on here. A lot of people are going to put this probably in S tier Chad coins, or honestly pretty good coins, but I'm just going to put it in here for now. Chainlink. This is going to get me a lot of hate, but I'm going to put it under boring boomer coins. Basically, for the past 2 years, I want to say, or maybe like year and a half, Sergey and the boys have been dumping Link on the market for like operational expenses, and I think a lot of the Chainlink nodes were like not profitable until recently. I can't in good faith put it any higher than this, because it's actually not done anything in like the past year and a half. Like the Link community, like the Link Marines, they're strong, very strong, and Chainlink's integrated into basically every DeFi protocol. That obviously hasn't translated into higher token prices. I think, with an overhaul in tokenomics, maybe this could start going higher, but we'll see. I want this to be higher. I really do, because it was a bear market darling, but I'll just leave it here for now. Litecoin, put here. Basically everything that is a derivative of Bitcoin is a scam and you shouldn't touch, like Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, BSV, stuff like that. Like, just who cares about them? You've had fun staying poor owning those tokens. Luna, honestly, pretty good coins. You could put this near S tier Chad coins, but there is a bit of concern that UST could possibly lose its peg due to some stuff with Anchor, and then that would just annihilate the price of Luna. I mean, the Ponzi-nomics of Luna are incredible. The fact that UST adoption has grown by quite a bit has meant that this Luna token, I think it like 100x'd in 2021, which is very, very impressive. I remember buying this like under $1 as well. I didn't hold it for the entire 100x, but I did hold it for quite a while. So Mana, Decentraland. I'm gonna put it under. I'm gonna put it here. But the thing is, I don't fully understand the value prop behind the Mana token. This is something that I really need to take a look at. I'll leave it here for now. But if you guys want to leave in the description down below, if you want to leave in the comments down below, if you think this should go higher or lower, then I'm up to moving it. But I'm not super impressed by Decentraland. Like, it's just, I'll be honest, the graphics look terrible. it looks really bad, and I don't think that many people actually play it. So Polygon MATIC, honestly pretty good coins. The Polygon proof of stake chain, it's not a layer 2. This might be controversial. It's not a layer 2, but it did really well in 2021, and I think it will continue to do well in the future. I think a Polygon there working hard on scaling Ethereum. So I'm going to put it on, honestly, pretty good coins. MIM. Ooh. This might hurt some people. I'm going to put it in boring boomer coins because it got to about $2 billion in market cap, and then it dumped hard, and I don't ever see it, rising back up again. Because it's MakerDAO with just a couple of extra adjustments, and we've seen how well MakerDAO's done over time. And one thing about the founder, is he talked a lot about price of Abracadabra, and that's like one big red flag for me. I don't like it when founders talk about the price of their tokens. I mean, Charlie Lee, he used to talk about the price of Litecoin all the time, and then he sold all of his Litecoin at the Pico, the generational Pico top, and then it never went anywhere near its highs again, because he said he didn't want to be associated with, like, you know, pumping it up. So that, you know, it's a red flag for me. So I'm just gonna leave it here. And now Abracadabra is large enough that you can start valuing it properly with like PE ratios and stuff. So again, with the current DeFi meta game, that means it's too large and money's going to start rotating elsewhere. MakerDAO, boring boomer coin, but really super important part of the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem, and you know, the DeFi ecosystem as a whole. One of the original projects, but you know, you were better off holding ETH than you were holding the Maker token. I'm assuming this is near. I'll put this in. Honestly, pretty good coins. Again, layer 1 token used for gas. They've got $1 billion, you know, ecosystem fund. I think it's like close to $1 billion worth for the ecosystem fund. A lot more stuff is going to be built on near. They have a novel mechanism where they have, you know, it's a sharded proof of stake chain. So we'll see about this. Olympus DAO. My money's in good Ponzi. Well, I would put it there, but you know, I've changed my opinion recently. So again, Olympus DAO is one of those DeFi protocols that hit $4 to $5 billion in market cap, and then it's dumped since then. Like, the money's rotating out of it. I don't really see the vision being a decentralized reserve currency. I don't know why you would want to trade in Ohm versus anything else. It's not actually decentralized because they have USDC and USDT in their treasury. So why would I care about that? Also, I think Ohm shouldn't actually trade above its risk-free value, because they're not going to actually dissolve the treasury and you know, return it to holders. There is no path to doing that, and so therefore it should trade below the RFV. I mean, this is my opinion. Like, listen, like, if you're like a massive Ohmie and you want to come into the comments and like destroy me, you know, go ahead. You know, I'm happy to be wrong, but this tier list is purely my own opinion. Harmony, honestly, pretty good coins, but the thing about this, right, is that it's not faster, cheaper, more decentralized than the others. I would put it here or here. But I think, you know, if crypto becomes a $10 trillion industry, Harmony is going to, you know, go to at least $500 billion, you know, $500 billion. Well, I think for the most part, you know, that's likely to happen. So I'll put it in, honestly, pretty good coins. Sandbox, or yeah, Sand. I'm going to put it here. It's going to, you know, sit next to Decentraland. Honestly, not a fan of crypto games for the most part. I haven't really looked into the token, what it is and why it's being used, but it's a strong metaverse play. It's done really well, so I'm going to put it there. The next token, Secret, honestly pretty good coins. Layer 1 token. This is part of the Cosmos ecosystem, and I like stuff that has privacy by default. Like, I think that's one important thing that a lot of people sort of don't understand, is that it's going to be hard to get institutions on board without privacy as like a default option, right? Because when they're interacting with DeFi, you can see all of the institutions, like, you know, what they're doing. And in like traditional markets, that's not something that you can do. And a lot of institutions would pay money for like secrecy. So I think, you know, Secret Network could possibly get, you know, a bit of traction in the future. Although I still think an Ethereum layer 2 with inherent security, or just like a ZK rollup, for example, is probably going to be, you know, more scalable and usable than Secret Network. But I'll keep it in, honestly, pretty good coins here for now. SHIB, down only, like, who cares? Although there was a funny story. Basically, some guy like bought, I want to say like low 5 digits worth, or like 4 digits worth of SHIB, and turned it into like $2 billion. Probably the greatest trade of all time. But it's been down only for the last couple of months, and it'll probably go down only until the next cycle. So I'm just going to leave it there. Solana. you got to put it in honestly pretty good coins, right? It's had like a 10,000% return in 2021, or like at its peak, it was something, you know, crazy like that. I can't put it higher because the Solana network, it goes down too many times for my liking, and it slows down a lot. Also, they do have a burn mechanism, but because the fees that are generated on, like, you know, free Solana are so insignificant, like no one talks about the burn, not like, you know, like with Ethereum, because transaction fees are a lot, you know, they burn a lot of ETH, but Sol, because transaction fees are so cheap, it doesn't really burn a lot of Sol. So I'm just going to leave it in honestly pretty good coins. But like the Solana ecosystem, the DeFi ecosystem isn't, you know, super interesting, but the NFT ecosystem is second to only Ethereum. Like NFTs haven't taken off in like a big way anywhere other than you know, Solana and Ethereum. Although maybe Cardano, it's taken off a little bit because, well, basically for the longest time all you could do on Cardano was, you know, NFTs, because they didn't have any smart contracts. But the Solana NFT ecosystem is far larger than the Cardano one, so I'm definitely going to keep it ahead. Sushi Swap, boring boomer coins, again, reached a certain size, then sold off, never came back again. You can actually use proper financial metrics for Sushi Swap, so, you know, its upside is going to be limited because of that. Additionally, the team was in massive disarray. A lot of stuff has come out about Sushi Swap, and they've not really shipped anything recently, so just keep it there. So stable coins, USDT, whatever. Wonderland, this might be controversial. I'm gonna put it, ooh, I'm just gonna put it here. Can they make a comeback? Potentially. But they have a decentralized VC model, and I really don't care for that. I mean, they wanted to be decentralized reserve currency, right? That was their goal, but they pivoted away from that. The team is in a shambles right now. I mean, they had a convicted felon on their team, so you can't. You know, I'm just going to leave it at that, because I know a lot of people are going to be angry if I put it in "Don't touch with a 10-foot pole" or something like that. But I just leave it here. Uniswap, boring boomer coin. Uniswap is different from a lot of the other DeFi tokens in the sense that it actually managed to break the $4 to $5 billion market cap barrier, and it reached I think $20 million, no, $20 billion in market cap at some point. But again, it's actually a valueless governance token. Like, there's literally nothing you can do with the Uniswap token, and whales will come in and vote against you every single time. Also, they haven't shipped anything in like a year. Like, Uniswap v3 was cool, but also I don't care about Uniswap v3 because it's like got a really bad user experience, having to constantly change the ranges. And I think Uniswap v3 is going to become obsolete, because I think everything's going to move back to order books. Like the lazy liquidity provider, it's not going to stay around forever. USDC, I'll put it in stable coins. Stellar, who cares? XRP is like, whilst it's not explicitly a scam, listen, there's just no reason for holding this token, right? So I saw somewhere that basically Ripple Labs, the only revenue that they make is by dumping XRP in the market, and a lot of the partnerships that they have with banks, they aren't required to actually use the XRP token. I mean, they use like Ripple Labs technology, but they don't use XRP. So there's no value accrual for XRP, and it's only being relentlessly dumped on the market by Ripple Labs. So who cares? Tezos, it's on the same tier as Algorand and Cosmos, really. I mean, proof of stake, you know, blockchain actually has a thriving NFT ecosystem, because they managed to psyops everyone into thinking that NFTs destroyed their environment, but Tezos didn't destroy the environment. But Tezos hasn't really made people rich. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's something to do with the tokenomics, but I know they're pivoting to a roll-up centric roadmap, which is really cool. So I might move them up here at some point, but for now, Tezos is going to be around here. It's going to be in the Algorand, Cosmos sort of area. And Zcash, I'll put it here in Dino Coins. Ain't 2017 anymore. I would have put it in. I mean, these are kind of redundant, right? They're down only. They're all the same. All of these free tokens, but Zcash, it doesn't have privacy by default. You have to opt in for the privacy. It should have been privacy by default, and so therefore, like, no one really used it, and it had proof of work, so it's just been relentlessly getting dumped by miners over time. Like, buying Zcash, you just haven't made money buying Zcash. You've been better off holding Ethereum or Bitcoin. You just wasted your time holding Zcash effectively, and you're probably going to continue wasting your time by holding Zcash. I know Barry Silbert like shills it a lot on Twitter, but it's gone nowhere in the last 4 or 5 years. So this is one of those coins where I'd happily like delete it. Do you know what I mean? To just unlock all of the TVL in Zcash. I mean, it's still like $1 billion coin, right? So people are still holding it for whatever reason. Don't know why. But yeah, this was a tier list. I think this video has gone on for about 25 minutes. If you guys like this, I might make a part 2. If you guys have your own crypto tier list that you want me to rate, then I'll go ahead and do that as well, because I find this quite fun, and you guys get to hear more about my individual thought process, what I'm bullish on, what I'm bearish on, what I don't like, and that sort of thing. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one.